Young people between the ages of 15 to 24 are killed and injured on our roads more than any other age group. In fact, they make up about a third of the people killed on WA roads every year. So why does the rate keep climbing, and would it be fair for the government to impose sanctions on younger drivers? This is a topic that has been brought up time and time again in the media, so I thought I would head out and seek the views of the people that it affects most.
Currently in Western Australia, to attain your driving licence, there are 5 steps that must be undertaken. After completing a 30 multi-question computerised theory test, you are legally allowed on the roads to learn to drive with an instructor. When the driver feels satisfied with his or her level, they can go for a practical driving assessment through the licensing centre. On passing the assessment, you are required to complete 25 hours of driving experience across a range of conditions. Finally, after logging your hours, you are required to set a hazard perception test to determine your ability to assess traffic situations and to make safe driving decisions. But is this enough to be sending out young drivers onto our roads? I spoke to a learner driver about how confident he feels learning to drive. What sort of activities do you feel you need the independence of driving a car?
Oh, there's basically like everything, really. Go to work, go to play with my friends, pick up chicks. That's about it.
How do you feel about requiring 25 hours to be logged before sitting the hazard perception test?
I think it's a fair number with the amount of injuries on the road with young drivers. 25 hours is a long time, but it's for the experience, so I think it's reasonable.
Does it surprise you that in New South Wales it is being trialled that learners are required to fulfil 120 hours of assisted driving, with 20 of those at night?
That does surprise me. It's kind of ridiculous, don't you think? People have busy lives, kids have school, jobs that they have to keep up with. If your parents don't have the time, you have to pay an instructor. That's $50 a lesson right there. 120 times 50, off the top of my head, something around $5,000, and that's not even including the car that you have to buy afterwards. So that's $10,000 out of your life just to know how to drive, something very important in your life.
That's right, in New South Wales they've introduced new laws where young drivers are now expected to complete 120 hours of assisted driving. They drive at modified maximum speeds, a zero tolerance on any alcohol or mobile phone use, and they're only allowed one passenger under the age of 25 between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. Are these new laws too tough?
I do like the idea that if there's any alcohol or you're on your mobile, you get kicked out. Those are really most of the reasons for Australian car accidents.
Nearly half the injury-related deaths of young Western Australians are associated with road crashes. 65% of the road crash fatalities and serious injuries of people aged 17 to 24 involve the young person as the driver.
It is a topic that will be forever debated, but how many lives will it take before change is welcomed? Would introduced laws impose on young adults inexperience? After all, at an age where you're old enough to vote, should you also be told where and when you can drive a car? A commodity that has been a way of life for years.